Hi, I'm Steph, and this is Tosh. And Mac is my other Greyhound behind the camera. And Tosh got cut. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I have had Mac for over 3 years, and she actually got a cut on her about 2 years ago, and it was a really bad gash on her shoulder blade, and that's for another time. But Tosh recently got cut, and she had to go to the emergency vet and get stitched up, and it was pretty bad. So I wanted to kind of share with you that journey and how that went with you today. Also, I do want to say I tried to get the best shot I could with Tosh in the picture, but then her head was down here because, you know, Greyhounds, they flop everywhere. But she's doing really good. I want to start by saying that. But the story actually starts 2 weeks ago. My aunt actually passed away, and that was something that was unexpected but also expected. Me and my mom have kind of been dealing with that for the last 6 months, some illnesses and things, and so we knew it was coming, but it was a little quicker than we thought. So kind of really quickly we had to change gears with some things, and I was able to get my dogs taken care of at a boarding facility near Tallahassee that I've taken them to before, and the woman that runs it is really great. She really loves dogs, so I've always been comfortable with my dogs there, and I still am. Took the dogs there. They were there for about a week. They were there, and on our way back on Saturday night, we were driving back after being gone the week, and we were about 3 hours out from the boarding facility, and I get a call from the owner, and she said that Tosh got a cut, and she didn't know how it happened. So I was actually driving, and we were driving back my aunt's van because we're doing some moving back and forth, and so it was a new car to us. But I was driving, and I get this call, and then I get a picture of the cut. And my mom tells it best, but she says she looked over and my face just went white. Trigger warning, I'm going to show you the picture. I'm going to put it on screen, but if you don't want to see it, move on to this time code so you won't see it. But this is the picture that I saw of Tosh, of the cut, and just let me say, it was a lot to say. I safely got off the road pretty quickly, but it was a lot. So I started crying. I started kind of just freaking out because I wasn't there with her, and I know from having Mac having a cut, I knew that you need to get taken care of sooner rather than later because the tissue can start to kind of close over. So I knew it needed to be taken care of quickly. Long story, but the owner of the boarding facility could not leave because she couldn't leave the other dogs, which I understood. And it was about a half hour away from my house in Tallahassee. So my wonderful neighbor, Rita, who actually went with me to pick up Tosh, her and her family came together really quickly, and they actually went to pick up Tosh and take her to the emergency vet, kept her calm in the car. Oh, by the way, Tosh this whole time was like super chill, super cool. She was like, why is everyone fussing over me? What's wrong? So she didn't even realize something was wrong. Crazy Greyhounds. But so she got taken to the emergency vet. I was about an hour to 2 hours behind, so I get to the emergency vet, able to talk to the vet. She was really nice. And that night, Saturday night, I was able to pick up Tosh from the vet about 9:30 p.m. So got her home, and she was way out of it. She had anesthesia for Greyhounds. Anesthesia for any dog or anybody is tricky, but for Greyhounds, it's definitely tricky because of the way their blood metabolizes medicine or something like that. I'm no expert, but anesthesia is really challenging for Greyhounds, and it's just always a big deal. And so the vet was really kept that in mind when she was doing the procedure. When Tosh got home, she was really out of it, and I wasn't sure, and I was supposed to give her a pill that night, and I wasn't sure if she would eat, and she wouldn't eat. So basically, I was able to lay her down on her bed in the living room, and she just kind of slept there. And so I slept on the couch, and basically I just, like, if I heard any noise from her, I would wake up and, is she okay? And so about 11:30, she seemed like she wanted to eat, so I gave her some chicken, and she ate the chicken. And so then I was able to sneak the pill in there, so I was really proud I got her to take the pill, the first antibiotic, I believe. And so we just got through that first night. I did not get a lot of sleep, and I had been crazy busy the week before with my aunt passing and cleaning at her house, so it was a little crazy. But basically we got through the night, and she did well. So every day she just got a little better and a little better, and I had an appointment with my vet for her on Wednesday. and there was a patch that they put over the stitches at the emergency vet, and it didn't come off. It was supposed to come off like naturally in an hour or in a day, and it never did. So my vet was able to take it off, and he said the stitches looks really good, and they're internal stitches, so they should actually just kind of go away on their own, which I'm excited about, so I don't have to have those removed. But overall, she's doing really well, and she's just been such a champ. I've been so proud of her, and she's just sleeping. My biggest concern is her scratching. So when Mac had a issue, had a scratch that had to be stitched up, my mom made her this shirt, and it looks kind of crazy, but this shirt allowed her not to lick, so that was like perfect. So we still had the shirt, so Mom actually modified it, and the big thing is we didn't want the shirt to fall down because it would uncover the stitches. So my mom actually added a couple holes to the collar area, and we attached her collar with hair ties, so it's kind of like bungee, and it will help the shirt stay up. It looks kind of crazy, but it covers the stitches. She won't lick or scratch it when it's on, so it's good. And I try to let them the stitches kind of air out when I can watch her, but she has a couple times tried to scratch them with her foot. Yesterday she actually was able to, got a little bloody, and I was like freaking out, but it's doing well now. So I haven't really left the house because I'm really want to make sure she doesn't get too excited or anything. We've taken her on one walk, just a little walk so far since it happened, so we're just trying to take it easy and follow all the vet's recommendations. But I gotta say, shout out to all my friends and everyone that was so supportive during this. I have, I didn't realize, but I have a really good support system of people that were concerned and offered advice and just helped me through this. So I definitely want to thank everybody. You know who you are. I was texting you and, sending you pictures and everything, so thank you so much for all of that. But I just want to share this because, it happened. And it was sad, and it was hard, and it was stressful, and it was anxiety producing, but she is still doing really well, and she's just showing me how much, bad things can happen. And you know what? You just sleep it off. You just kind of hang out, and everything will be fine. So wanted to kind of share that. Also, during this, Mac started limping on her limping on one of her legs for a couple days, and that was concerning. So took her into the vet at the same time I took Tosh, and she's starting to get arthritis. So she is 7, and that's, from what I've read and heard, is kind of pretty standard for Greyhounds around 7 to start getting arthritis. So we are working on a treatment for her. She got an injection, and she seems to be doing very well so far, and we're going to follow up in a couple weeks on that to kind of follow that progress. So if you want to know about Mac's journey with arthritis, which is just now beginning, let me know, because my vet already has some really good kind of plans in place for what that will look like. But just want to let you know, she got hurt, but she's doing well. Also, I did not blame the boarding facility. They actually don't know what happened. They think it could have been Mac's tooth accidentally caught Tosh, or it could have been there was a tree in the run area that they had, and maybe they ran into the tree. The vet said it looked like a fence cut, so possibly from the fence, although they did check the fence and they didn't see any damage to the fence. So I don't know what happened. I know when Mac got cut, there was 3 adults. 3 of us were watching her and her friend Layla play, the Greyhounds play, and we were watching them, and we still don't know what happened when Mac got cut. We think Mac actually hit a tree, and that's what happened. So you really never know. Things happen in an instant with Greyhounds. I don't really know what happened with Tosh, but I definitely don't. There's no blame. It just happens, and it stinks, and it's so hard to see my puppy go through it. But you just get through it, and I did. And if you want to know, I'd never been to the emergency vet before. I had him on my phone because I knew, if I ever needed to, I would need to call him. But it was just over $1,000 for the anesthesia and the stitches and the meds, if you want to know. So that's how that all went. If you have a Greyhound and you have a story of them getting hurt or anything like that, let me know. Because, I know it happened to Mac, so I have a little experience so far, which was kind of nice when this happened with Tosh. But, oh man, I wish I could have been here right when it happened. But all the people came together and made sure that she was good and happy and safe. So I'll keep you updated on her progress and when she can run again for the run again for the first time, I'll let you know. So thanks for joining and have a great day. You just sleeping?